Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Joris and today I'm going to talk about investing versus playing on several lottery games. So, lottery games, everybody likes the thrill of becoming rich instantly. So you buy a lottery ticket and you see the drawing and suddenly you have all the right numbers, you win the big jackpot and you're instantaneously rich. That's the dream of everybody, but the reality is, of course, differently. So let's talk about that. So when you look at it, now the Swiss Lotto this Wednesday, it's going to be a jackpot of 33.5 million Swiss francs, which is a record for the past year. So normally it starts at 1.6 million, but because of all the extra prizes at the end of the year and the jackpot not hitting, it became quite huge. So of course a lot more people are trying to win the jackpot now, so it's big business now for the Swiss Lotto. And you only need to invest 2.5 Swiss francs, so 2.5 franc, to have an entry, to have a chance to becoming a multimillionaire. And that's very appealing, I know. But why take a chance if you can invest weekly and become a millionaire either way? So I know, because waiting it's really hard. So instant gratification with hitting the jackpot, that's all we dream about, because yeah, we are having a hard time. We don't earn a lot of money. Living is quite expensive, certainly here in Switzerland. And then seeing a jackpot of 33.5 million and having the chance of winning it, it's a dream come true. So why not play and give 2.5 franc to for a chance to winning it? Well, because when you calculate everything, playing the lottery isn't a winning game normally. So the Swiss Lotto, you need to invest 2.5 Swiss francs for one entry, and with that one entry you have 1 in 31,474,716 chance. So 1 on that big number is your chance of hitting the jackpot. So your chances of winning are really slim. And when you win, now the jackpot is rather high. So the jackpot is actually higher than your the amount you need to divide your one entry by for getting the chance of winning the jackpot. So in that regard, maybe it's worthwhile trying now, but either way, it's better that you don't enter, because then you can save the 2.5 francs. And let's say that you play then for the rest of your life, because once you start, it's really hard to stop playing the lottery, because you play with your numbers, and from the moment you start playing with your numbers, you start thinking, yeah, next time they can hit, and then I'm not playing those numbers anymore. So yeah, why don't I continue playing? So let's say that you play from now on every Wednesday and Saturday with 6 combinations. Then you will have 30 Swiss francs every week that you play for on the Swiss Lotto. And in a year, that becomes 1,560 Swiss francs per year. So 1,560 Swiss francs compared to 10 francs or 15 francs the first time that you will join. to win the 33.5 million, that's already a bigger number. So if they would say, okay, you have to pay now to participate for the whole year, I don't think a lot of people will say, okay, I will give 1,560 Swiss francs to participate in the Swiss Lotto every week, 2 times in the week. And okay, I know on average, with the replay that you have on the Swiss Lotto, you will win that more or less 8 times because it's a number from 1 to 12. And on average, you will win back also 5 Swiss francs per week. So yeah, you will regain 380 Swiss francs on average, which makes that you still lose 1,280 Swiss francs in a year. And then, of course, you have the other big one, that's Euro Millions. Euro Millions in Switzerland, it's 3.5 Swiss francs for one entry. In the rest of Europe, it's 2.5 euro to compete in Euro Millions. But that's because in Switzerland you also participate in an extra drawing that is purely for the Swiss participants in Euro Millions, and that's costs more or less than 1 Swiss franc. But the chances of winning Euro Millions with one entry, it's less than 1 on 139,838,160. So the chances are yeah, even slimmer than winning the Swiss Lotto. And yeah, the chances are really, really, really small. So yeah, participating in Euro Millions, it's actually pretty stupid. And later on in the video, you will start laughing because yeah, you will see. So let's say that when there is a big jackpot of 190 million euros, it was a few weeks ago, I think, that there was a big pot for Euro Millions, and you participated with 4 combinations, and from that moment on, you can't stop anymore, and you play every Tuesday and every Friday with those 4 combinations. Well, then it costs you 1,456 Swiss francs per week, per year. And of course, you will win back on average 3.5 Swiss francs every week, which makes 182 Swiss francs. But it still comes down to a loss, an average loss of 1,274 Swiss francs. And then Eurodreams, the last contender of lottery games here in Switzerland. So here you can win when you hit the jackpot for 30 years every month. You will get 22,222 Swiss francs. So in the end, when you calculate everything together, it's more or less 8 million Swiss francs that you will have gained then. And for that one, you need to pay 3 Swiss francs for one entry. And then you have 1 on 19,191,900 chance of winning the big pot. So in fact, this drawing game, lottery game, is the has the highest chances of you to win the pot. But still, it's quite low, the chances of winning it. So 1 on 19 million, it's the chances of winning it is quite slim. And until now, only 2 people have won it, and it was on the first drawing, so of Eurodreams. And I haven't checked completely, but I think only 2 people won it. There are 5 or 6, or even more, I think already 7 or 8 people that won the second prize, which is 2,222 Swiss francs every month for 5 years. But yeah, it's incredible. So 8 million, it's a big prize, but in hindsight, the chances of winning it are also really low. So, but when you start and you play for 5 combinations, so 15 Swiss francs for every day that you can participate, then you have the same amount as you would have put into the Swiss Lotto, so 1,560 Swiss francs per year. Here, the chances of winning back your entry is 1 on 5. So with 5 combinations, normally you should win on average six Swiss francs back every week. And this comes down to 312 Swiss francs. So on average, you will lose 1,248 Swiss francs per year. And let's say that you are really addicted to lottery games and that you participate in all 3 of them with 6, 4, and 5 combinations. Then the totals become like this. So these are just the numbers that I gave before. But the total is then 3,802 Swiss francs per year. And you know my rule of 300. So investing 300 Swiss franc in a per month and investing it in that way that you have at least 4% of dividends coming in every year, which means that you will earn 1 Swiss franc every month from that 300 Swiss franc that you invested, which comes down to 3,600 Swiss francs that you need to invest every year to invest 300 Swiss francs every month. And in fact, when you look at the totals, 3,802 is more than the 3,600 Swiss francs that my wife and I were investing when we started our investment journey in ETFs a few years back. So, in fact, those people that are doing that, they are investing more into the lottery games that my wife and I were investing into the stock market a few years back. So, maybe they should have done the right thing and start investing directly the money into the stock market. So, if you look at it that way, an entry of 2.5, 3.5, or 3 Swiss francs for the Swiss Lotto, the Euro Millions, or the Euro Dreams participation, they seem small, but in the end, when you're really into playing lottery games, and then I still think that 6, 5, and 4 combinations, by playing 6, 4, and 5 combinations, is rather low. I think a lot of people will play 666 at least. So they put a lot of money into those lottery games. And yeah, when you invest it, I went to the investor.gov site, and there you have a compound interest calculator. It isn't a great compound calculator, but it is an easy one and simple one to use. So I'm using that one to show the average numbers here. So, and also remember that the SMI, the PR index, gained 5.75% in the last 25.5 years, and the SMI total return index, so with reinvestment of the dividends, returned 8.40%. So it was 39, but I rounded it up to 8.40. And then, so when you invest 300, it's dollar, but it's the same with Swiss franc, of course. So You start with 300 and then every month you contribute 300 Swiss franc extra for 30 years, and with an estimate interest rate of 5.75% with compound frequency annually. You know, I would like to see quarterly. I rather love quarterly dividends, but for this case, I kept it simple and chose the annually compounding. And when you hit calculate, you will get this one. So after 30 years, you will have 273,997.39 Swiss francs. And you would only have contributed 108,300,000 Swiss francs. So nothing to write home about, 273. You said you were going to become a millionaire without playing the lottery. So let's look at the total return with 8.40% after 30 years. So 30 years, 8.4 interest rate. Then you have 442,354.43 Swiss francs after 30 years. And you contributed the same amount, so 108,300 Swiss francs. So that's already a bit better, but still not 1 million. So in order to reach 1 million with 5.75% interest every year, you would need to invest for 51 years. So imagine that you start with playing lottery games when you turn 18. 51 years later, you are 69. So when you are 69, you will get 1,026,346.12 Swiss francs. So 51 years, it's a very long time, but look at this. Your total contributions are 183,900 Swiss francs, and you turn it into 1 million Swiss francs. And when you play the Swiss lottery, Euro Millions, Euro Dreams, every time you can do it for the amounts that I said, you would have lost this amount. Of course, you can win the big pot, but the chances are so slim. And for instance, me, I'm now 42, so I'm already playing for 25 years, and I haven't even won with 4 numbers, or even one with 5 numbers, or even one with one the bigger pots, so only the small pots with 2 numbers for Euro Millions or 3 numbers for Euro Millions I won, but then you only recoup a bit of your money, and you really don't hit the big pots. So for 25 years I haven't won. And I think it will be the case for most of the people that participate in lottery games. So that's why I make this video, to let my daughters know that it's better to invest their money instead of playing lottery games like their father is doing. So with 8.40%, how much would you need? How long would you need? Well, it's 40 years. So after 40 years, you would have made 1,044,128.91 Swiss francs. And you would have only contributed 144,300 Swiss francs, and you turned it into more than 1 million. So that's incredible. And 40 years, when you start at 18 and you invest for 40 years, you are 58 years old, and you will have only save 300 Swiss franc every month, and you would have in your bank account 1 million, or in your investment account 1 million. So that's really great. And that's why I say invest and don't play lottery games. So now what? Now that you know that playing lottery games isn't actually something that you should do, but investing your money is, well, if you already play, I know it's hard to stop playing. I play already from my 18 years old with one combination on Euro Millions, so I'm guilty as well. And I know you will say Euro Millions isn't around for 25 years. I started with one combination on the lotto, and I stopped playing the lottery in Belgium when Euro Millions started, because I said when I win, it's better to win Euro Millions, because there at least you have the minimum is 16 or 19 millions that you can win, and on the lotto it's 1.5 million where it starts. So with 1.5 million, you're still not, how do you say it, certain that you have enough money. But with Euro Millions, when you win Euro Millions, you are, yeah, you can invest the rest after taxes here in Switzerland. You can invest the rest in a dividend paying ETF, and you can make on 14 15 million invested, you can make 50,000 every month. So then you are safe for sure. 50,000 every month, man, that's a dream. So if you can stop playing, and that's what I did with the lottery, I never watched the lottery again. I never watched the numbers, because I don't want to know whether I would have won, yes or no. So I just keep in the back of my head, okay, I still investing and losing money, in fact, by playing Euro Millions, and I don't want to know whether or not I would have won the lottery, yes or no. So if you can stop, never watch the Swiss lottery, the Euro Millions, or Euro Dreams ever again. Just don't watch it. And another great advice, and I think it's the best advice that I can give, is do not start playing, start investing. And another great advice, a side advice that I should have given before I gave the last advice that is on my slide here, is that when you play, don't make your own numbers. Go to a distribution point and say, I want to play a quick pick, or how do you call it? That they give you the numbers, and don't look at the numbers, play it, then thereafter check your numbers at home, and when you have checked them and you haven't won, tear up your ticket and don't play again until there is another big jackpot. So, and otherwise, just don't start playing. And with that being said, I thank you for watching, and if you want to see more content like this and other content discussing ETFs, please subscribe and hit that like button as well. It helps me out, and see you on the next video. Bye.